Hey guys, good morning. I'm doing get ready with me because I have some things that I want to talk about. Uh, this week has been tough because I just, there was a snowstorm like a few days ago, and I had to move my car because even though in New York you have alternate side of the street, suspended, the parking meters were still in effect. So essentially, you still had to pay the meter even though your car was completely buried and inaccessible. Now, whether they actually follow through with that is a question because I actually missed a few hours on Monday from my paid parking and nothing happened. I mean, I don't know if they were going to like try and dig through the snow to put it on my windshield or what, but anyway, I decided to drive the car in on Tuesday, just in case, because I didn't want to pay meter every day, the whole day. And I was afraid it was going to get reburied. So I figured, let me just take it out. And I took it to work and I managed to find a spot there. So, I ended up leaving it there, which is great for the week. So on Monday, actually, after I finished my school day, I was starting to get cabin fever, which happens to me if I stay at home more than a day in a row or like 2 days in a row. I have the feeling I need to get out. I don't know if anybody else that happens to, but it happens to me for sure. And I had been wanting to go back to Macys. I remember I did a video talking about the items that I got at Macys. And I wanted to go back because I had seen that the Coach bag, the Empire shoulder, was on sale. Now they had one that was the burgundy and the green. Now the burgundy was on sale. If I didn't mishear or she didn't misspeak, it was $250, which is nuts. And the green one was more expensive. It was $270. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Well, it's too late now. I don't want it. La la la. Because I had wanted that bag so bad last year. I wanted that bag so bad. But I was like, I'm not spending, again, like I said, I'm not spending $400 on a bag. I'm just not doing it. It has to be super special, or I have to be saving, for over a month to collect, enough bag, money that I budget for it together, right? So if I budget $200 or $300 a month, I have to then wait a couple of months to buy that bag. However, I will not spend more than $400 or $450 for a bag. So there is a cap, even if I save up for a couple of months, there is a cap, no matter what. All right, so anyway, yeah, but that bag stayed on my mind. I was like, oh my God, like, how am I gonna come across an opportunity like this ever again to get a real Coach bag? And I had looked at Vestiaire Collective, I had looked at the Real, and Poshmark for these bags, and they were going for $400, $300 for kind of a so used one, or thereabouts, 400, 500. Some of them were the big Empire, so I get it. But even the shoulder bag, some of them are going for like 350, 400. I'm like, I could buy it retail at Macy's for 250. Make that make sense. You're buying a used product for more money than if it was brand new from the store. Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. But anyway, that stuck in my mind. And also this Guerlain lipstick that I had been eyeing got stuck in my mind. So I said, let me go check out the Macy's here in Flushing, because they told me that for the Guerlain one, lipstick with the mirror, I could get that at Flushing, the one I wanted, because I wanted the tortoise shell, but they didn't have that one. They had some other ones, which is fine, but I was like, no. So anyway, so I let me just go to Flushing. I don't want to take out my car, but I can take the train, which I did. It wasn't that bad. It was fine. And I got out. I started walking. I got fresh air. So I went over to Macy's, and I ended up buying the Guerlain lipstick cover. I will show you in a moment. With a lipstick. Now, I don't need new lipsticks. However, I don't have a brown lipstick, and I noticed that when I ran out of my brown one, I never repurchased it. And I've been like looking for it in my collection of lipsticks, and I don't have it. So I'm like, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity to get kind of like a mocha cappuccino type chocolate brown. Not chocolate, not that dark, but it was mocha. Anyway, the color was mocha. So I went and I said, of course, I'm going to use that opportunity to get more perfume. I've come to the conclusion, to be honest, and I might make a short about this, that just generally speaking, we should not be buying perfume and we should not be buying high quality skincare. We should be getting all of that for free. And by I mean me. And by we and me, I mean me and Sophia, because I'm trying to get her to at least recognize that there are certain things that, we should be a little bit more mindful of in our purchase. And I'm starting to really realize in a deep way that if you're buying drugstore skincare, there is no way you're going to get that for free. There are no samples in drugstores. If you buy from their website, they might give you a small gift, but these things are so cheap in comparison to the luxury that it's like, actually, I don't want to do that yet. But more on that later. I want to let my thoughts develop. Anyway, so I went and I bought the Guerlain beautiful little makeup thing with the lipstick. And it was in total, it was like $83, $92 with tax. And then I saw on the counter that they had 20% off for opening a Macys card. And I know that's kind of normal. I think that's a general thing. I don't think it was anything special about it. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go look for that Coach bag. Because if I open up a Macys credit card, I haven't had one in many, many years, then I can get the 20% off for the rest of my purchases for that day. So I might as well buy that, get that, and then take advantage of it for the day. Such is the thinking of someone who wants to shop, right? This is like the girl math, the, shopaholics thinking. And I don't consider myself a shopaholic, although some may argue that maybe I'm becoming one, but I really don't think so. But however, I'm not gonna lie. This is what I did. So I got the Macys credit card, 20% off. The lipstick and the lipstick case, it's so beautiful. Like, I more bought it for the beauty of it. So I have two. I have the Hermes lipstick case when I bought it back in the summer. That was the last time I bought a lipstick. Like, I got lip gloss and stuff, but I haven't bought a lipstick since last summer. So, like, this is where I say, am I really a shopaholic in the sense of, like, makeup and stuff? However, in this case, I, with the 20% off, it came out to $72. And they said, oh, you can just pay it. You can pay it like right now if you want. You can just pay off the card right now. And I said, well, I have money left over in my essentials / shopping budget. Even after talking about that dining experience and the car experience, I still had money left over in that section of the account. And I'm not using the Sophia spend money, the Christmas money, and I'm not using the Zepbound money. So all of that is gonna get rebudgeted. So yeah, I still have left over from so many of the accounts that it actually ended up canceling out, my unintentional spend. However, I don't end up saving as much money specifically for this month, but so I did the Macys. So I paid it off. I said, let me just pay this one off and then we'll be fine. So I did that. You just use your debit card. Okay. So then I went over to the coach section. Sorry, I know I'm going slow. It's just I'm trying to do my makeup and talk at the same time, and it's hard. And do you notice that I forgot to put on foundation and I started doing my blush? So actually, no, I used this one. I didn't use the other one. So I just used like kind of like a concealer type. So the woman walked me over to, it's fine. It's okay. I don't care that much. I really don't. So the woman walked me over. So I asked her, where's the coach section? She walked me over and I saw the coach bag and it was the burgundy shoulder bag. And I said, how much is this one? And she said, well, it's on sale, but it's on sale for $350 at the Flushing Macys. And I said, at the Manhattan one, they told me $250. She says that might have been just that store sale, a sale at that particular store, which I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I just go there? I have no idea. Like, should I just wait? $350. I was like, $350. I'm not paying $350. I'm not going to pay $350. And I said, well, I got this card. Can I use it towards this? She says, of course. So she applied the 20% and it went down to $300. And then I said, I don't know. Like, how come this other store? I didn't know. Is there any way you can look to see at the Manhattan Macys? She's like, no, I can only see through our website, which is visible to the regular person as well. But she did say to me then, she said, I can offer you another 10% because it is the last one we have. And I said, okay, so what is that going to come down to? And she said it's going to come down to $275, which honestly, it would have been the price of the green bag in the city, which I was kind of leaning more towards because I have enough kind of reddish burgundy bags. I have 3 of them now because I bought it. They didn't have a green bag there. And the blue one that I really liked was not on sale. That was $450 and I'm just not doing that, right? So I decided, okay, let me just, I wouldn't have opened up a Macy's card at the Macy's flagship store at 34th Street just to buy the Coach bag. That wouldn't have happened. So I decided that this was good enough price for me to buy it. And this was $276 at the end of the day with taxes and everything included. So I was charging $276 to the card. And I said, okay, let's do it. She said, okay, this is final sale because I'm giving you 10%. I'm like, I'm fine. Now you should never go shopping like this, but if anything, at least this Coach is authentic and then I can technically resell, even if I sell for $50 or $100, whatever. Like, I'm not going to be one of those people that tries to sell it for more than I paid for it because I bought it to use it. Although that idea is actually interesting that now that I explore it, but I'm not doing that. I'm not into the selling. I'm not into selling. I use it. If it doesn't work out for me, then I'll consider it. But honestly, for right now, that's what I did. And I did end up buying it. So I went home later and I was like, let me check out these websites for the Coach. And when I did, I realized that this is where I found that they were selling them for $300, $400, $450 for just the tan color, the burgundy color, whatever color. And I'm like, I honestly, you could buy a lot of these bags, things that are available at Macy's. I would say wait for Macy's to have a sale or a store sale in general, or for the brand inside the store, then get the credit card. If you don't have it already, like I didn't have it, because then you can use that credit card to get a good percentage off. you'll get the bill. I'll get the bill like in a month and then I'll have another like half month or so to pay it off. So even though I'm pushing it down to future me, I understand that concept. I felt like that was manageable. So, and then I would, just cancel the Macys account after that. Do you take a hit to your credit score when you do that? You might take a small hit, but my credit score is so high because I just pay everything off. Luckily, thank goodness, I'm in a good place. So my credit score is very high and I don't have a lot of debt. I have student debt, but that's not bad debt. I don't have bad debt. So I consider myself very lucky. So all of this, requires some consideration to your personal life and your personal finances. So I accidentally, without meaning to, put on my pink Ilia. So honestly, I'm about to switch it out. I don't mind if it's underneath. So I was like, okay. I'm not buying a bag for February. I decided it's a hard line on a no for a bag in February. Yeah, so I actually took it physically out of my budget. I put a 0 for shopping bags. The only other time I might do it is when I have my birthday, and during that birthday month, I may consider a bag, but I'm not doing it right now. So if I still want, we'll see. All right, so I'm going to show you right now I'm not showing you the bag right now because it's in the room, whatever. I'm going to show you my Guerlain piece. It is a gorgeous kind of tortoise shell. This is the one I was specifically looking for. And here's this is the cute part of it. Okay, so, and you pull out the lipstick. If I can do it, because my hands are slippery. That was annoying. It kind of ruined the whole effect, but a lipstick pops out and you can use it to see yourself. So you can close it and put this back in. So normally, why it was so difficult is I was trying to do this with my left hand so you can see it, but normally you would just do this with your right hand and it would pop up, right? So every time you want to use a lipstick, you have a mirror immediately available. And close it and lock it in. So, I'm not good at this, but trust me. It's so nice. Okay, and here's the color. It's like a mocha, right? It's like a matte finish, which I also struggle to have. I do have like a blush colored matte lipstick. Actually, I have it right here. I'll show it to you in a moment. But this one, and this is kind of matte. This one, look. And I had it on yesterday and it looks so nice. Like, this is better than the Hermes lipstick for sure. And both the Hermes and this one are refillable. You actually buy the lipstick for $40 and you reuse the case. So yeah, I'm going to use this one and Hermes like for the rest of my life. The other lipsticks I'm just going to use up because I have them and I'm going to finish using them. And then I'm not going to repurchase them. I really don't have a need to do that. Like for example, this is a fresh lipstick. This is almost done. I'm literally using a brush to try and take out the rest of this. As soon as this is done, it goes in the garbage and I'm not buying any more fresh lipsticks. This one is a Givenchy lipstick. It's actually really pretty. I kind of got suckered into the packaging, but this is a one-time packaging use. And I use brick red, but not that often. So this will last me a long time. And when it's done, I'm going to throw it out and I'll just buy a red in this one. So this one's going to go eventually. So this is how I'm like trying to function. So, and here's the one, here's the other one. So this one, I don't even know what brand this was a 99-cent store. I think this cost me $3, but I love it. I love it. Obviously, I'm never going to find this again. I may be able to. I'm not sure. If you know what brand this is, let me know. But I can't even put it right. Um, it's just such a nice lipstick, and it's matte. See how it's kind of a brown, but it does have like a pink undertone. Whereas this one is a cool brown. This is like a warm, blushy brown. So are the differences significant? Not that much, but it was enough. It was enough for me to notice, right? In my everyday life. How I've had this lipstick for like 3 million years. Literally, I don't know, 8, 9 years. It's probably bad, but I'm still using it because I love it. And it lasts a long time. Like, I use this really often, okay? I use this a lot. A lot. Goes to show. You can buy great stuff at the 99-cent store. So, anywho. Sorry, I'm losing track. I'm going to finally do this. So, I did that. And then I did buy... And I went to the Clé de Peau stand because I wanted to get some samples and things for fun. And I saw that they still had their holiday eyeshadow palette. And I remember the packaging when I saw it, Sophia Sees Beauty. This is why I have to unsubscribe. When I saw the holiday palette from Sophia Sees Beauty, I was in love. And I said, oh my goodness. I can't get it because I had already bought the Dior one. So I was like, okay, this one's going to go. I'm going to use now my Lancome one. I'm not using the new one. Okay, so. I said, oh my God. So I told her, I said, do you have that eyeshadow palette? I should be using, actually. I know I look funny. Do you have that eyeshadow palette? Let me look at the time, actually, because I tend to chit-chat. Okay, I do have to go soon. Oh my God, what did I do? And she said, oh yeah, we still have some leftover. And it's another one where it's refillable. Because with these beauty lines, you're buying the case, in many cases. In many cases, you're buying the case. And it's meant to be kept and used long term. I would say the intention is that this is an heirloom beauty piece that you use forever. And you just refill it with different, things. So I know I blow on it a lot because I'm trying to disperse some of the excess product on it. So actually I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to go in with the middle. I'm really into trying these eyeshadows because I've never really used eyeshadow, and I think it just looks so much fun. I just don't know how to use it. But work is my experimental place, so I don't really mind if I look kind of funny. I really don't. 'Cause I gotta practice somewhere, right? Okay. So I think the name of the game is to just blend the whole thing in. And then the final part is the highlighter, which I'm going to put a little bit in the front and then here. Oh, I got it in my eyebrows. That's it. I don't know. What do you think of my ability? Now, here's the thing is that I don't know what I did with my mascara. So I'm going to stop there and I'm going to get ready to go. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will show you the Clé de Peau tomorrow. I do another kind of makeup thing. All right, well, have a great day.